that was those old days. Remember the old days when you had the big shoulder pads like Herschel
Right.
Walker?
Yes,
He had
sir.
those big shoulder pads, so you're just making Goliath look even bigger. I mean, those
Yes.
guys back in the 80s, they all had those big shoulder pads.
Right.
And Herschel had them, and I think that's one of the reasons everybody had them, because Herschel had them. I mean, if I was a running back and Herschel had them, I'd wear them too.
Herschel
Herschel
looking
Walker.
really cool with those, man.
Yeah. Those guys loved them big shoulder pads.
Yeah, man.
And remember the defensive guys, the linebackers all loved the neck braces.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
And
neck
just
braces.
made it even look more like a transformer or something,
Right. Do you remember the linebacker from East Carolina during the Steve Logan era, Pernell Griffin?
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah,
was
he used to wear that
unbelievable.
thing around his neck too.
He's really good. Yeah, he had. Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm loving the conversation, and I want the audience to know that right now on Second Opinion, we got Johnny Moore in the building, Executive Director, North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, 14 years members on the board of directors for the Hall of Fame Museum. I mean, this guy's done it all. He's ran track. He's a native from Gardner, North Carolina, publisher for Blue Devil Weekly, Falcons Extra for the Atlanta Falcons, Pirates Chess, which he mentioned, for ECU, Ramblin' Wreck for Georgia Tech, and the guy's even wrote 2 books. What's going on, man?
It's great. It's been a fun life, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. This is fantastic. And, this is exciting times right now because things are expanding. It's a brand new year. And the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame, I mean, this museum is bringing so much life to the community. Tell us, how does it feel being the executive director?
Well, it's very humbling to have that role and to be over some of the greatest athletes to work with, and have the responsibility of honoring and recognizing all the great athletes in the state of North Carolina. I mean, you're talking the Michael Jordans of the world, Carlista Crumpler from East Carolina, Rosie Thompson, who was a great women's basketball coach at ECU, just everybody. I mean, there's so many. It's incredible. Scott, one of the hardest things about the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame is that we encompass every sport. And so I've got skaters, I got skiers, I got Mindy Ballou from Morehead City, who's one of the greatest Olympic surfers there's ever been. I've got Cullen Jones going in this year. Cullen Jones won 4 Olympic medals, 1 gold. He was the first black swimmer to ever win an Olympic medal and held a world record. I mean, there are so many great athletes in this state. I mean, people usually think, football, basketball, baseball, but there's so many others. It's just incredible.
Wow, that's amazing. Coach Q, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Just an honor and a pleasure, man, to have Johnny on this up here with us, man. We got a new show, and this really means a lot to us. Somebody with status to come be a part of it.
Glad to be with you guys. Love what you're doing, reaching out to people. I've been around long enough, as I was talking earlier, that before internet and before this, it was basically print publications. Right. And we did a number of those, and I was fortunate enough to do Falcons Extra for Atlanta when Dion was playing there.
Okay.
And I've never been to watched a game where when the quarterback came to the line of scrimmage, wherever Dion was, that half of the field was out of the play. He was not throwing, because Dion really believed, and I did a couple of interviews with him. Dion really believed that when the ball left the quarterback's hand, it was his ball.
Wow.
It was his ball. It wasn't the receiver's ball. It was his ball. And so he would go get it. And he had incredible speed, quickness, agility, aggressiveness to do that. But I watched quarterbacks up the line of scrimmage. They'd find Dion quickly. And that half of the field was out of play.
Was he the same good interview back then as he is now?
Yeah, he really was. I will tell you about interviewing over the years. I've done a lot of interviews in my life. And the one thing is, when they get really good, you look down at the tape recorder and you hope the red light's on.
You're right.
Okay, because
Right.
you really don't want to miss any of this. I mean, you're trying to take notes as quick as you can, but you sure hope that red light's on and you're not missing any of this because Dion was really good. He was great interview, great talk. You know, he would give you really good facts. I mean, it wasn't a lot of. I know he's had to go into more coach talk now, but
Yeah.
back then he would tell you exactly what was going on. The reads, he knew where the running back lined up, where the guy was in the slot. He could tell you all that stuff.
Okay.
Hi everyone, this is Jersey Doll, executive producer of the Second Opinion Show, with a special thank you to our sponsor, Trail of Faith Farms of Trenton, North Carolina. This life-saving ministry was founded by Joshua and Jessica Shively, both U.S. Marine Corps veterans. I'd like to highlight their equine therapy program for veterans called Operation No Longer a Number. Your support provides therapeutic services and sponsorships for lessons and training. For more information, visit trailoffaithfarms.com.
Johnny, what could you tell us about the beginning of the Prestige Hall of Fame and how important is it to the state of North Carolina?
Well, I think it's big for the state of North Carolina. It started back in the 60s to recognize some of our great, not only athletes, but coaches and contributors. And we've been keeping that going ever since. And this is our 61st induction class this year.
Okay.
And people like Greg Ellis is going in this class from North Carolina. Great Dallas Cowboy, really a good guy. I'll tell you one quick story on one. Nora Lynn Finch is going in.
Okay.
She's a basketball coach, administrator, but she's the lady that came up with the women's basketball being a little smaller than the men's.
Wow.
Right.
And that's been a huge difference in the way women's basketball has been played. I don't know how much you guys get to watch it, but they lean on that 3-pointer heavily.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if that ball was the same size as the men's, their hands just aren't that big.
Right.
And it's nothing, derogatory to women's basketball.
No,
But it was smart to change it. It was smart to see that and to change it. And women's basketball is unbelievable. So Nora Lynn was a big front runner. I tell you one that's going in, people don't know that much about because he left here, but a guy named Jimmy Ray. Jimmy Ray's from Whiteville.
Mhm.
And Jimmy Ray was the first black quarterback to start in college athletics at Michigan State.
Okay.
And he was involved in the Michigan State Notre Dame game where Notre Dame took a tie instead of trying to win the game so that they could still be national champion during those days.
Okay.
Wow.
And then Jimmy Ray was a coach in the NFL for 37 years, mostly with San Francisco. Just great man. I mean, and that's what we look at. We've got a guy, David Gentry, out of Murphy, North Carolina, who has 366 wins in his coaching career in high school football. That's the most ever by anybody at one school.
Wow.
God.
And one that's real interesting is a guy named Miles Wolf. Miles Wolf started the Durham Bulls.
Oh, cool.
And
he started him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in 1980. And of course was around for the Durham Bulls movie that came out and was really big for what minor league baseball. I know there's a lot of great minor league baseball down east.
Yeah.
And everywhere. And so, he was big in starting that. So we got 2 NASCAR guys going in. And then one that's hard is Chester McLaughlin.
That's my guy.
Yeah. Chester, great player in high school, great player at Clemson. Unfortunately, passed away in 2011, way too early.
Man.
And Chester, we're getting him in this year. Unfortunately, I hate it when we have to do them when they're not there, but we'd rather honor he and his family and make sure they understand that the state of North Carolina loves them.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Man, I mean, you're just talking about so many great people. What is the process of being inducted? Is there a selective process that you guys have?
Oh my goodness, God, this is unbelievable. So we take nominations from people, and anybody from the state, anybody can nominate. They can go on our website and nominate.
Okay.
We cut that list down to 150, and then we have to sit and cut that list down to 40.
Yeah.
So we take the 40 to our board, and we vote 8. We only going to put 8 in each year, basically.
Right.
And 2 on our deceased list. But that's kind of the number. So it gets real hard. I mean, there are several. I'll tell you one that's on there that I hope gets in next year is Mario Williams. Mario Williams from NC State,
Yeah,
number one draft pick.
Right.
Houston Texans. He didn't make it this year, but I believe he'll make it next year.
God, yeah, he was such a good player at State.
Such a good player.
Yeah, he was.
So, Scott, is the Chester thing from the Raiders?
Yeah,
I thought so. He was a great Raider.
I'm a huge Raider fan.
So, are you okay with him being in Vegas?
You know what? I'm okay when we start winning.
I understand. Who's the quarterback this week? For the Raiders.
That was a good one.
Through a few. I really thought the move to Vegas, if you're going to move a team to Vegas, that's the team to move to Vegas, okay?
Right.
It just fits everything. It fits.
It does.
And it's just, I'm sorry for Oakland. I really hate what's happening to them in a lot of ways with their baseball team and everybody moving. But, boy, Vegas has grown up, haven't they?
I'm telling you, it has.
It's incredible.
It's this fantastic city. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yes.
So I got to ask you guys a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Would you go back and play college ball if you could make $10 million?
Oh, absolutely.
I might play 6 years.
Kind of surprising, huh? I mean, the Texas quarterback is having to make a decision on if he can make more money in college or he can make more money in the pros. How about that?
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, this is something.
Yeah,
It
times
really
has
is
changed.
Something.
Times has changed.
Times have changed. Q, what else you got for our good buddy Johnny?
What are some things that we can anticipate in the future for the Hall of Fame?
Well, you know, one of the things we're working on, and Carlos Crumpler has helped us with this, and a number, but getting out into the schools, getting our Hall of Fame members out to speak to schools,
right?
To speak to some of the kind of address some of the stress the kids go under playing ball and how to handle it.
Right.
How much sports can mean to you. I'm lucky and fortunate here in town in Durham to get to work with the Ronald McDowell houses here. And, you know, there's a lot of kids, a lot of stuff that you do really well. And I was talking to my wife the other night about even with the Hall of Fame, if there's some 12 or 13-year-old kid, 11, 12, whatever, and he gets a little feel from talking to some of our Hall of Fame members that he could be good too.
Right.
That's right.
Because our guys have all been there. They've been right there where those kids are. And to make them feel good, and this kid, you know, feels a little better about himself, going to play ball, going to school, going to walking down the street, whatever, then, you know, maybe we've done something special.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the perfect guy would be Mr. Crumpler, man.
Yes, sir. There's no doubt about that.
He's a humble guy, but he's a no nonsense type of guy. Also.
He is. Yes, he is. You know, and we Steve Smith from the Panthers is in our Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And he's also one of those. Phil Ford from Rocky Mount, who played in North Carolina.
Right.
They've all expressed interest in meeting with school kids and reaching out with more of an education program.
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show. Presented by Graybeard Cigars and Indulgence of Edenton, North Carolina. Cigars are a great way of sitting down and sharing a story, travel, or just lifestyle. Graybeards has designed their lounge to create a relaxing and friendly experience for everyone to enjoy. Come and visit Graybeards at 403 South Broad Street in Edenton, North Carolina, or scan the QR code for more information and to check out their upcoming events.
This is Daisy with Stop the Killing, and you're watching Second Opinion.
Love all my brothers painting pictures on the road. They walk this earth and feel worthless, nowhere to go. I hate to blame them and shame them, that's all I know. We gotta give them that vision and set the tone. I'm tired of watering all these flowers with my tears, and can't help this feeling, though it's been a couple years. But I miss your smile, pray you know how you near and dear to me. Just stop the killing and give me what's okay.
I'm from the heart of the city where street lights dim low, with echoes of hope. You know where the brave souls go. We painting the streets with colors of peace. Creating a canvas where all the hate will finally be seized. Must do to believe. Within our heart there's a beat that will never cease. With every stroke we make, we release a masterpiece. Let's stop the violence, gonna put the guns down. Raise our voices up high, let's just let the love surround.
Love all my brothers painting pictures on the road. They walk this earth, they feel worthless, nowhere to go. I hate to blame them and shame them, that's all they know. We gotta give them that vision to set the tone. I'm tired of watering all these flowers with my tears, and can't help this feeling, though it's been a couple of years. But I miss your smile, pray you know how you near and dear to my heart. Just stop them killing, then maybe we'll start to heal it all.
I wish they stopped this killing. Man, I pray for these mamas that have to bury children. I hear them sirens call my daughter like you okay. Already consoled her from losing a friend the other day. Try to teach, spread the love, that's what I got to give. Let's unify, take a stand, fam, we got to live. It start with us in our hearts, soul in our minds. Let's choose peace, move forward and leave the hate behind. How to saw so many tears turn into rain. And parents' worst fears suddenly turn into pain. Imagine a city where everyone fights to unite. Not worry about dark times, we only shine bright. It can't start with me, it gotta start with we. Blinded with the distractions when it's plain to see. We gotta stop killing each other and just increase the peace. Compromise the brief and watch all of the hate decrease.
Love all my brothers painting pictures on the road. They walk this earth, they feel worthless, nowhere to go. I hate to blame them and shame them, that's all they know. We gotta give them that vision and set the tone. I'm tired of watering all these flowers with my tears, and can't help this feeling, though it's been a couple of years. But I miss your smile, pray you know how you near and dear to my heart. Just stop them killing, then maybe we'll start the healing. Start the healing.
This halftime show was sponsored by Nash Studios of Greenville, North Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo, New York's own king of entertainment, Jertaker!
This is Jertaker, and our playmaker for this week is Johnny Moore, the Executive Director of North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. Johnny Moore, alongside a terrific staff of people, has brought an excitement to North Carolina's Sports Hall of Fame this year to pay respect to some of the phenomenal athletes that came from the state known for their athletic greatness. The North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame is proud to announce its 2025 induction class. The new members being inducted are Greg Ellis, Norlin Finch, Raleigh Geiger, David Gentry, Dale Inman, Bobby Isaac, Cullen Jones, Chester McLaughlin, Wendy Palmer, Jimmy Ray, and Miles Wolf.
I'm kind of upset Hubert Davis never got the Carolina job after Roy Williams. I mean, I like Hubert, but
Yeah, Phil, that was interesting. Hubert's going through a lot right now. I like Hubert a lot too.
yeah,
I hope they can straighten it out over there. I really do. But
yeah,
people, you know, you guys around it and played it, and fans are much more, I don't know, go against each other much harder than the players do.
Right.
The players know each other, and you play against each other, but we're all in the same business. Duke, Carolina State, East Carolina. We all got
Right.
kids. I mean, and we're trying to do the best we can to give them a nice career. And it's real interesting. You'd be surprised. In my life, I was able to work with Mike Krzyzewski for about 40 years, doing his TV shows and radio and everything at Duke. And people would be surprised how close Mike and Roy and Coach K and Dean Smith were, because they're all kind of in the same business. They're working with young men.
That's right. They are. Now, May 2nd is of course going to be fantastic because this is the induction ceremony day. It's going to be in the Sheraton Greensboro Hotel?
Yes, the Sheraton, the Corey Convention Center in Greensboro on May 2nd. Sure.
Nice place. Nice place.
And if anybody wants to come, if they'd love to come, they can just go to our website, North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame, and they can get a ticket. And love to have people come.
Yeah, and that's ncshof.org.
Yep, sure is.
Now I want to ask you. I saw something about online auction.
Yeah, we have online auction. We'll put on about a couple of weeks beforehand. Hoping to get us the Greg Ellis autographed Dallas Cowboy helmet.
Oh man!
Some stuff like that. If I'm worried I'm going to need to get the Belichick helmet signed real quick here before he also signs the Cowboy helmet. But anyway,
so you think he gonna be a Cowboy at the end of the day?
I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting.
Interesting world out there, let me tell you.
I know, man. Him and Jerry Jones. Oh my God, I don't know if the building big enough.
Oh, I don't think so either. How about Jerry and Dion?
Golly, I don't think the building big enough for them neither.
I'm telling you,
TV ratings would go out the roof if Dion goes on that sideline for the Cowboys.
It would. That's the type of hire Jerry would make too.
Oh, exactly. You're exactly right.
Yeah,
going to be very interesting. Hey, Coach Q, what else you got in the pot?
Okay. What are some of your favorite moments of the Hall of Fame and some of your favorite people that's been inducted? I think you kind of went over a few.
Yeah, we've had some really good ones over the years to go in. We had an old baseball umpire, Joe West, who did 1 million games. He got up there and he was unbelievable with his stories, and he was great telling stuff. Julius Peppers, Julius was great when he got up and spoke. And Julius is very interesting because he may be one of our greatest ever inductees because he could have gone in high school alone, and then North Carolina, and then the Panthers. And Torrey Holt has always been real close. We're really pulling for Torrey and Steve Smith for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That announcement comes up February 8th, and they're finalists. And then we're going to have to look at inducting Luke Kuechly pretty soon for everything he's done with the Panthers as well, and he's on that Pro Football Hall of Fame list. But to be honest, sometimes it's the coach from Snow Hill, from Greene County, that gets up there, the high school coach that was so great and won like 6 championships and talks about what his team means to him. And you're looking out there in the crowd at 20 or 30 old guys just crying. I mean, that's some of the really, really good moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It is true because, it's touching and to see people striving for greatness, their lives, being able to provide for their families.
Yes.
All the blood, sweat, and tears, all the behind the scenes work that people don't see.
Yes, sir. And especially with coaches, to see those athletes that this guy made it so they had a life.
Right.
That this was their mentor. This was the guy in maybe some low moments when their father passed away, their mom passed away, when they weren't going to make it in school, when something negative was going on in their lives, that this gentleman was the man, or this female coach or whatever. That coach made it so they made it, and they are who they are today because of them.
Man, you said
we all have that. We all have that mentor. Everybody does.
I played for some great coaches in high school. I played for Harold Robinson football.
Oh my goodness! Well, yeah, one of the best. Yeah, sure did.
I was a motivator, and I played for Steve Gilmore basketball. Man, those were 2 great coaches.
Oh, you're really lucky.
I played baseball under Herbie Rogers. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
those are great coaches.
I got some of the best coaching, man, your kid could ever ask for in high school.
Yep. Carl Esther played for Henry Trevathan at Wilson.
Okay.
And they won 3 straight. They were 31-0 while Carl Esther and Henry was a great football coach. And just to watch at those events, like at the reception, to watch his former players, any of these coaches, to come up to him at the reception, grab them, hug them, that's just always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That is absolutely priceless. And for those that are watching, you guys got to mark your calendar. May 2nd, Sheridan Greensboro Hotel, the Corey Convention Center. It's going to be phenomenal. The class of 2025 induction ceremony. And man, Johnny Moore, you made us feel great today.
I hope so. You guys did me too. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I've been told by some people I would enjoy this. Some of my friends down east. So I really did Sky and Coach, I really appreciate this. Thank you for reaching out, and thank you for helping us spread the word.
Absolutely, my brother. I'll see you in Vegas one of these days.
One of these days. And if you ever need me, holler up, dial me up. I love talking with you guys.
Oh, sounds good, man. You have
Take care. Thank you, guys.
It's been an honor.
This episode was sponsored by Trail of Faith Farms, a 501c3 ministry that offers beginner through advanced Western lessons, therapeutic riding lessons, natural horsemanship training and lessons, a veteran program called Operation No Longer a Number, Mustang Genitling and adoption, and so much more. The mission of Trail of Faith Farms is to provide therapeutic services to promote stewardship with wild horses. To find out more about how you can support and participate, visit trailoffaithfarms.com or give them a call at 252-503-7393. That's 252-503-7393. Jimmy John's is so freaky fresh and so freaky fast, it's like magic. Come and visit Jimmy John's at one of our Greenville locations or even in Wilson. Order today at jimmyjohns.com or download the app from Apple App Store or get it on Google Play.